A narcissist doesn't love you. They love what you do for them. That's the harsh truth. You might think you are in a relationship, a friendship, or even a family bond built on mutual care, but with a narcissist, it's always one-sided. They don't see you as a person with needs, emotions, and dreams of your own. They see you as a supply tank, an endless source of validation, attention, and energy that they can drain whenever they please. At first, it might not seem like that. They can be charming, persuasive, and even make you feel special. They know exactly what to say, how to make you feel like you are the most important person in their world. But that's not love. It's a trap. The moment they realize you are willing to give, they start taking, and they don't stop. The moment you say no, the moment you set a boundary, they flip the script. Suddenly you are selfish. Suddenly you are the problem. They make you feel guilty for not giving them what they want, even when you have nothing left to give. It's an exhausting cycle. One day, they shower you with affection, making you feel like you are irreplaceable. The next day, they act like you mean nothing. They pull away, become cold, and make you desperate for their approval. That's how they control you, by keeping you hooked, always seeking their validation, always trying to get back to that initial phase where they made you feel special. But let me tell you something, the person they were in the beginning was just an illusion. A narcissist never truly changes. They only adjust their tactics. You might think, maybe if I love them more, they will change. Maybe if you are more understanding, more patient, they will finally realize your worth. But the truth is, no amount of love can fill the emptiness inside a narcissist. They are like a bottomless pit. You pour everything into them and it still isn't enough. Because the problem was never you. The problem is that they do not know how to love anyone except themselves. And the worst part, you start losing yourself in the process. You start walking on eggshells, afraid of saying the wrong thing, afraid of upsetting them. You start questioning your own worth. You wonder if you are too sensitive, too demanding, too much. But you're not the problem. You were never the problem. The real problem is that they are using you as an emotional ATM, withdrawing love and attention whenever they need it, but never depositing anything in return. A narcissist doesn't appreciate your kindness. They see it as weakness. They believe they are entitled to your love, your time, your energy, without having to give anything back. And every time you let them cross a boundary, every time you forgive their selfishness, they take it as permission to keep doing it. They don't respect people who love them unconditionally. They exploit them. So what's the solution? Stop being their supply. Stop giving them the energy they don't deserve. Stop waiting for them to change, because they won't. You need to walk away, not because you don't love them, but because you need to love yourself more. You need to understand that real love isn't about draining yourself to keep someone else happy. Real love is mutual. It's about giving and receiving, about respect and care. And if someone isn't willing to give you that, they don't deserve to be in your life. Walking away from a narcissist isn't easy. They will try to make you feel guilty. They will try to manipulate you into staying. They might even pretend to change for a while just to pull you back in. But don't fall for it. The only way to truly be free is to cut off their supply completely. No contact, no explanations, no second chances. Because the moment you stop feeding them your energy, they will look for someone else to drain. And that's when you realize they never really loved you. They only loved what you gave them. You deserve better. You deserve real love, real kindness, real support, not a one-sided relationship where you are always the giver and they are always the taker. So stop being their supply. Stop sacrificing your peace for someone who wouldn't do the same for you. The moment you take back your power, the moment you choose yourself, that's when you truly win. We grow up believing that kindness can heal anything. We are told that if we love people enough, if we show them patience, understanding, and compassion, they will change. They will see the error of their ways, they will become better, and they will finally appreciate us. But here's the truth. Kindness doesn't cure toxicity, it only feeds it. The more you give, the more they take. The more you forgive, the more they push your boundaries. And the more you stay hoping they will change, the more they prove that they never will. A toxic person, especially a narcissist, doesn't look at your kindness the way you think they do. You believe you are showing them love. You believe you are proving your loyalty. But in their mind, your kindness is nothing more than permission. Permission to keep hurting you, permission to take advantage of you, permission to cross lines they should never cross. They see kindness as weakness, not as an invitation to change. Think about the times you forgave them when they didn't deserve it. The times they lied, manipulated, or treated you poorly, and instead of walking away, you gave them another chance. Did they change after that? Did they realize their mistakes and start treating you better? No. Because in their mind, your forgiveness was proof that they could get away with anything. They knew that no matter what they did, you would always stay, always try harder, always make excuses for them. You see, toxic people don't change because of love. They change when they lose access to people who love them. They change when there are real consequences for their actions. When people finally stop tolerating their behavior, when they are left with nothing but themselves, that's when they might reflect. But as long as you keep giving them kindness, despite their toxicity, they have no reason to change. Why would they? They are getting exactly what they want without having to be better. And here's the worst part. While you are busy being kind to them, they are not returning the favor. You are being patient with their flaws, their outbursts, their selfishness, thinking that one day they will recognize your goodness. But the reality is, they don't care. They don't think about how much you do for them. They don't feel guilty for the pain they cause you. Instead, they see you as someone who will always be there, someone they can take from without ever giving back. Being kind to a toxic person is like watering a dead plant. You keep pouring in your love, your time, your energy, hoping to see some growth, hoping for a miracle. But the truth is, nothing is going to change. The plant was dead from the start. And the only thing that happens is that you drain yourself in the process. At some point, you have to ask yourself, why are you holding on? Why are you so afraid to walk away? Is it because you truly believe they will change? Or is it because you are scared of what it means if they don't? If they never change, if they never become the person you hope they would be, then you have to face the truth. You wasted your kindness on someone who never deserved it. And that is painful. That is heartbreaking. But staying is worse, because the longer you hold on, the more of yourself you lose. You cannot heal a person who refuses to see their own wounds. You cannot fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. And you cannot keep setting yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. At some point, you have to choose yourself. You have to realize that kindness is a beautiful thing, but only when given to the right people. People who respect it, people who appreciate it, people who give it back. So stop believing that your love will change them. Stop waiting for them to wake up one day and see your worth. They see it. They have always seen it. They just don't care. And that is not your fault. It is not your failure. The only failure would be staying in a place where you are not valued, where your kindness is abused, where your heart is broken over and over again. Walk away. Not because you are unkind, but because you deserve kindness too. And real kindness, real love, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't drain you. It doesn't make you feel like you are never enough. So save your kindness for people who deserve it. People who lift you up, who make you feel safe, who return the love you give. Because at the end of the day, the most powerful act of kindness you can ever show is the kindness you show to yourself. A narcissist doesn't love you the way you think they do. They love how you make them feel. They love the admiration, the attention, and the validation you provide. But real love, the kind of love that is selfless, giving, and nurturing, they don't have that to offer. Because the only person a narcissist truly loves is themselves. It might not seem that way at first. In the beginning, they can be incredibly charming. They know exactly what to say, how to make you feel special, how to make you believe that you are the center of their world. They will shower you with attention, make you feel like the most important person in their life, and you will start to believe that you've finally found something real. But what you don't realize is that this is not love, it's a performance. And like every performance, it has an expiration date. The moment you stop feeding their ego, the moment you stop playing the role they want you to play, everything changes. They become distant, cold, dismissive. The same person who once made you feel like the most important thing in their life now makes you feel like you are nothing. Why? Because for them, love isn't about connection, it's about control. They don't love you, they love the power they have over you. And here's the painful truth. No matter what you do, no matter how much you try, you will never be enough for them. Not because you are lacking, not because you are unworthy, but because they are incapable of truly loving anyone the way you deserve. A narcissist's world revolves around themselves, their needs, their desires, their image. Everything they do is calculated to benefit them in some way. Even their kindness, their apologies, their moments of affection, it's all designed to keep you hooked, to keep you giving them what they want. Have you ever noticed how a narcissist reacts when the focus is not on them? When someone else gets the attention, when someone else is praised, when someone else is admired? They can't stand it. They become bitter, dismissive, sometimes even angry. Because in their mind, they are the star of the show. Everyone else, including you, is just a supporting character in their story. You might think that if you love them enough, if you prove your loyalty, if you show them that you're always there for them, they will finally see your worth. But they already see it. They just don't care. Because to them, your worth is measured by how well you serve their needs. The moment you stop being useful to them, they discard you like you never mattered. And the worst part? They move on without a second thought. Because for them, love isn't deep, it isn't emotional, it isn't about connection, it's about utility. And yet you stay, you hold on, you keep trying, because deep down you hope that maybe, just maybe, you can be the one to change them. You believe that if they loved you once, they can love you again. But that's the biggest illusion of all. They never truly loved you. They loved the way you made them feel. They loved the validation you provided. They loved the attention you gave them. And when they stopped getting what they wanted, they withdrew. Not because you changed, but because they were never invested in you in the first place. Real love is not about control. It's not about one person always giving while the other takes. It's not about feeling drained, exhausted, and unappreciated. Love is mutual. It's about respect. It's about care. It's about two people choosing each other every single day. A narcissist will never choose you the way you choose them, because at the end of the day, the only person they will ever truly prioritize is themselves. So stop waiting for them to change. Stop sacrificing yourself, your happiness, your peace for someone who will never do the same for you. The harsh truth is they love themselves more than they will ever love you. And you deserve better than that. You deserve someone who sees you, who values you, who gives as much as they take. The most powerful thing you can do is walk away. Not because you are weak, not because you gave up, but because you finally realized your own worth. Because love should never make you feel invisible. It should never make you feel like you are not enough. And the moment you choose yourself, the moment you decide that you deserve more, that's when you truly win. Walking away is one of the hardest things you will ever do, especially when your heart is still attached to the person who has hurt you. The idea of leaving can feel like failure, like you are giving up on something that once meant everything to you. But here's what you need to understand. Walking away is not weakness. It is power. It is strength. It is choosing yourself over someone who never truly chose you. When you're caught in a toxic relationship, whether it's with a narcissist, a manipulator, or someone who constantly drains you, leaving feels impossible. You replay the good moments in your mind, convincing yourself that things will get better. You hold on to hope, thinking that if you just love them enough, if you just give them a little more time, they will change. But deep down, you already know the truth. They won't. They never will. Because if they were capable of changing, they would have done it by now. The longer you stay, the more you lose yourself. You start making excuses for their behavior, justifying their mistreatment, blaming yourself for their toxic ways. You convince yourself that maybe you are asking for too much. Maybe you are the problem. But let me tell you something. You are not the problem. The problem is that you are giving your love, your energy, your kindness to someone who does not deserve it. And the only way to reclaim your power is to walk away. Walking away is not about giving up. It is about recognizing that you deserve better. It is about realizing that love should not be painful, that relationships should not make you feel drained, anxious, or unworthy. It is about understanding that no matter how much history you have with someone, no matter how deeply you care for them, your peace and happiness matter more. And yes, it will hurt. It will break you. It will make you question whether you are making the right decision. You will miss them. You will have moments of weakness where you wonder if you should go back. But here's the thing. Every time you go back, you are teaching them that they can continue treating you the same way. Every time you forgive without real change, you're giving them permission to hurt you again. And they will, because toxic people don't appreciate second chances. They use them. The moment you decide to walk away, you are taking control of your life. You are no longer waiting for them to change, for them to love you the way you deserve, for them to finally realize your worth. Instead, you are choosing to love yourself. And that is the most powerful thing you can do. It won't be easy. The world will tell you to stay, to fix things, to compromise. People will ask why you are leaving, why you couldn't make it work. But those people don't live in your reality. They don't know the pain, the sleepless nights, the emotional exhaustion you have endured. They don't see the silent tears, the constant feeling of not being enough, the way you have been breaking yourself just to hold the relationship together. Leaving is not weakness. It takes an incredible amount of courage to walk away from something you once believed in, to step into the unknown, to rebuild yourself from scratch, but you are stronger than you think. And once you take that first step, once you remove yourself from their control, you will start to see how much they were holding you back. You will rediscover your happiness. You will start to heal. You will remember who you were before they made you feel small, before they convinced you that you needed them to be whole. And one day you will look back and wonder why you ever stayed so long in a place that was never meant for you. Walking away is not the end. It is the beginning of freedom, the beginning of peace, the beginning of a life where you are no longer settling for less than you deserve. So don't be afraid to leave. Don't be afraid to put yourself first. Because the moment you walk away from toxicity, you walk toward the life you were always meant to live.